Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel. In this video, we will talk about 10 characteristics of critical thinkers. So make sure to watch the full video. Critical thinking is an important skill for everyone, but it's especially important for leaders. After all, leaders are responsible for making decisions that will affect not only themselves, but also the people they lead. That's why it's so important for leaders to be able to think critically. They need to be able to assess a situation and come to the best possible conclusion. Fortunately, critical thinking is a skill that can be learned, and there are a few key things that all critical thinkers do. You might be one of those people who has a lot of potential and want to make an impact. You should cultivate any of the following traits. Observation. One of the earliest skills we learn as kids is our ability to observe clues and take note of findings. This skill lets us unlock important information quickly. It's our ability to perceive and understand the world around us. Observations are the bedrock for all insights on our surroundings and allow us to come to a deeper understanding of the world. We gather data from our senses and document them to achieve understanding. As we observe, we begin to see patterns and form opinions. We develop questions and look for answers. Observation is the foundation for everything we do in life, from the simplest daily tasks to the most complex scientific endeavors. The ability to observe carefully and to think critically about what we see is what sets us apart from other animals, and it's what allows us to thrive as a species. So the next time you're looking at the world around you, take a moment to observe carefully and to think about what you see. Who knows what insights you may gain? Curiosity. Curiosity is a trait that is often seen in successful leaders. Those who are curious by nature tend to be critical thinkers, always wondering why things are the way they are. While it may be easier to put aside childish curiosity as we get older, it's important to remember that curiosity is what propels us to gain deeper knowledge. Keeping an open mind and being curious about the world around us are fundamental to being a lifelong learner, something that is essential for all leaders. So next time you find yourself questioning something, don't hold back. Let your curiosity run wild. Objectivity. Objectivity is essential for good critical thinking. Objectivity is the quality of being unbiased and fair. It is important to be as objective as possible when looking at information or a situation. This means focusing on facts and on the scientific evaluation of the information at hand, rather than letting emotions or personal biases cloud one's judgment. It can be difficult to remain completely objective because we are all shaped by our life experiences, our perspectives, and our individual points of view. However, it is important to be aware of our personal biases so that we can try to remove ourselves from the situation and look at it dispassionately. Once we are able to do this, we can more thoroughly analyze the situation and make an objective decision. Introspection. One of the hallmarks of critical thinking is introspection, or the ability to examine your own thoughts and feelings. This may seem like a simple task, but it's actually quite difficult. Our thoughts and emotions are constantly changing, and it can be hard to keep track of them all. Introspection allows us to become aware of our own mental and emotional states, as well as our biases. It's an important tool for critical thinkers because it allows us to understand our own thought processes and make sure that we're thinking clearly and objectively. Without introspection, we would be at the mercy of our own thoughts and emotions, and it would be very difficult to make sound decisions. Analytical thinking. Being able to analyze information is critical in today's world. With the vast amount of data available, it is essential to be able to understand how to break it down and make sense of it. The best analytical thinkers are also critical thinkers, as they are able to see the different sides of an issue and evaluate the evidence objectively. For example, when looking at a business model, they would not just look at the successes, but also the failures in order to learn from them. Being able to think analytically and critically is a valuable skill that can be applied to many different areas of life. Determining relevance. In today's information-rich world, it can be difficult to sort out what is important and what is not. With so much data available at our fingertips, it can be tempting to try to consider everything when making a decision. However, this is often not possible, and it is often more effective to focus on the most relevant information. To do this, it is important to first identify the issue that you are trying to address. Once you have done this, you can begin to consider what information will be most useful in addressing the issue. Sometimes, the most relevant information will be obvious, but other times, it may be hidden among a mass of less important data. In either case, taking the time to critically assess the information available to you will help ensure that you are able to make sound decisions based on the most relevant and meaningful data. Humility. Few things are as important as humility in the journey of life. To have humility is to be able to see oneself clearly, both strengths and weaknesses. It is a quality that allows for critical thinking and an openness to new ideas. Being willing to accept that one may be wrong is crucial in the quest for knowledge and growth. Those who lack humility often find themselves stuck in their ways, unwilling or unable to change course, even when it might be advantageous to do so. On the other hand, those with intellectual humility are able to hear others out, considering their viewpoints with an open mind. This does not mean that they will always agree with what others say, but they are willing to re-examine their own beliefs in the face of new information or perspectives. In this way, humility fosters an environment of learning and growth, two things that are essential in life. Open-mindedness. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment and react without thinking things through. This is especially true when it comes to controversial topics and highly charged emotions. However, as critical thinkers, it's important that we step back from these situations and take a broader view. By not becoming embroiled in the arguments and taking sides, we can see all perspectives more clearly. And by approaching questions with an open mind, we can avoid jumping to conclusions. Sure, it takes a little more effort to be a critical thinker, but in the end, it's worth it, because when we take the time to think things through, we make better decisions for ourselves and for the world around us. Aware of common thinking errors. Critical thinkers are indispensable in today's society. With the amount of information that we are bombarded with on a daily basis, it's more important than ever to be able to sift through everything and determine what is true and what is false. Unfortunately, this isn't always an easy task, as our brains naturally make assumptions and fill in the gaps when we don't have all the information. This can often lead to problems, as we may mistakenly believe something that isn't actually true. That's why critical thinkers are so important. They are able to see past illusions and misconceptions and look at things objectively. They know how to spot errors in reasoning, and they aren't afraid to challenge the status quo. In a world where fake news and alternative facts abound, critical thinkers provide a much-needed dose of reality. Creative thinking. Creative thinkers are often lauded for their ability to come up with new and innovative ideas. However, what is often overlooked is the importance of critical thinking in the creative process. Effective critical thinkers are able to take a step back from their ideas and view them from multiple perspectives. They are also open to experimenting with different methods and considering different viewpoints. This allows them to not only generate new ideas, but also to evaluate those ideas and determine which are most likely to be successful. In many ways, critical thinking is the yin to creativity's yang. Both are essential for generating and executing successful plans. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.